Typhoon Bebinca made landfall right over Shanghai on Monday. It's the strongest storm to hit the city since 1949. Now, today it is still cruising off towards the west, cut off from those warm waters of the East China Sea. It is going to start to weaken, but we don't have a lot of mountains here, so remaining relatively organized and continue to run inland off towards Nanjing right now is where you're starting to see that center of circulation. But Shanghai did get the brunt of this storm system, widespread power outages being reported, but at least at this time I'm not seeing images of the destruction we saw in Hainan with Super Typhoon Yagi, albeit this is a relatively weaker storm, about a Cat 2 to 3 if you're talking about the Australian meteorological scale, about a Cat 2 if you're talking about the Saffir-Simpson scale. So, you know, that center of circulation where you can kind of see the eye here on this microwave imagery holding those sustained typhoon winds. Once you go away from the center of circulation, from what I'm seeing here on radar, microwave imagery, the winds rapidly decrease. But it did wrap up pretty tight just prior to landfall with some of those bigger impacts along the coast. So what's the point now? Well, as we look ahead, we're still going to see more rain with this as it tracks off there towards the northwest. Still going to be looking at spots just around Nanjing, extending off towards Wuhei. It's still upwards of an additional 1 to 200 millimeters of total precipitation. But we want to pull back the bigger picture because, of course, you know, Bebinca is still ongoing, but we could have our 18th typhoon impact China as we go ahead into next week, and also for Okinawa and the southern Japanese islands, and that is Pulasan. Just formed up yesterday towards the west of Guam and the Mariana Islands, and now it's pulling off towards the north and west. Expected to maintain tropical storm intensity as it heads towards Okinawa and the southern Japanese islands. As we've seen with the last storm, though, that forecast track could change. Based on the Japan Meteorological Agency, they do put Naha in the right front quadrant, which at this time would, with a lopsided storm system, mean the worst of the weather would be on Okinawa. And then eventually moving off towards the north and west, likely towards the south of Shanghai based on the current forecast. As mentioned, this does change from day to day. This according to the Japan Meteorological Agency. I think with this monsoonal gyre type setup, a lean towards the west being pulled behind our other named storm Henner, which is developed, that's by Pagasa, developed off the coast of the Philippines here on Monday, could actually pull this down towards the south and west, and we may even see a sneak peek at the Amihan, or the northeast monsoon, or next cold surge, which actually could kind of keep our storm from moving towards the north. There's plenty of interaction here, plenty to talk about. Basically, 1-2 punch though with this storm, the other one coming behind it, and then we also have Henner enhancing the monsoonal flow towards our south and west. In my next update, I'm going to talk more about, and we're going to break down in the broader picture, what is happening with this next cold surge and how it's going to interact with our next storm, creating a bit of that northeast monsoon. So something to look forward to if we're looking ahead. I'll try to break some details down for that. If you want to support this channel, though, check out our Patreon. You don't have to. I'll never put this behind a paywall, so I don't think everybody has to pay. But if you do want to help out, it does go a long way. I truly, truly appreciate it, and that's not flattery. It does humble me when people help out on this channel. Yeah, as always, thanks for watching, though, and of course, number one thing is stay safe out there, friends. Hope you have a good day wherever you are.